public space travel, public space travel, and so on and so on.
I can't help but believe that in the future we'll see throughout the world an increasing trend toward the next logical step. We'll achieve full communism.
Public space travel, public space travel, and so on and so on.
Welcome to Public Space Travel. I'm Lazarus Wolf. We got a full house again. We have Lucy, Marx, Hunty, and Lichen. How is everybody doing today?
I have been waiting for a week to take a D&D alignment quiz, and frickin' Lazarus told me, don't look at it, and that just made it so much worse. So I feel like that already tells us something about my D&D alignment.
But you didn't look. You didn't look? That says something too.
I know. I feel like all of it is pointing to something, but I don't know what it's pointing to yet, for fuck's sake.
Right.
I'm a dragonkin cleric.
I don't have any idea what that means.
Well, that's what we're doing today. Today we're looking at the Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 edition, because I'm sorry, I'm biased, but that's my favorite edition of the character alignment. And we'll be taking the official Wizards of the Coast Dungeons & Dragons alignment quiz, which we'll post in the notes so you can do it and kind of follow along with us as well. Before we jump in, we got to do some administrative stuff, of course. If you enjoy the show, or if you don't enjoy the show, please support us on patreon.com/publicspacetravel. All of your financial support and sharing it with other people, all of that support really helps us continue what we're doing and provide that content that you enjoy. Oh, I sound like one of those like YouTuber people. Okay, anyways.
Click like and subscribe.
YouTube.
I do?
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the... That's kind of radio, but...
Smash like now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how is Marx so good at that? Marx, do more.
Oh, that's really good.
Like morning zoo style.
Yeah. All right, so does everybody have their official Dungeons & Dragons Wizards of the Coast alignment test?
I have it. I'm ready.
Excellent.
I already answered the first one because I didn't want anybody to try to tell me what my answer should be.
I like that.
Looked.
I really like that. So for listeners, when you play Dungeons & Dragons and you make a character, which you'll use and play as during the game, you will take this, basically you'll pick an alignment. And you don't have to do this quiz, but it's kind of a fun little thing to either do as yourself or do as the character you're imagining, which you're going to play as in the story or during the game. And so we thought it'd be a great idea, from the last episode we discussed it, to go ahead and do our own all together. We'll talk about the questions on the site, on the quiz that you can, again, follow along with. And the link should be in the notes. And we're probably going to critique some of these because it's definitely categorizing certain people and specifically about their moral
compass.
Yes, their moral compass. Basically, as they say on the Wizard of the Coast website, it says that there's a caveat, of course, that there are certain character classes has codes of conduct that fall beyond certain dictates of alignment. And basically, it's basically there's two measures to determine a specific character's ethical and moral attitudes and behaviors. So basically, the moral axis has like these three positions. There's good, neutral, and evil. The good characters generally care about the welfare of others. Neutral people generally care about their own welfare, and evil people generally seek to harm the others' welfare. The ethical axis has three positions as well: lawful, neutral, and chaotic. Lawful people generally follow the social rules as they understand them. Neutral people follow those rules, find convenient or obviously necessary. Okay. And chaotic people seek to upset the social order and either institute change or simply create anarchy. Oh boy.
I feel like there was a way easier way to describe this.
Yeah,
so
please.
you take this test, right?
Yeah.
And then the test has like different alignments on this axis, and you can be good or evil or somewhere in the middle, and you can be like, you can follow rules or not follow rules or somewhere in the middle. And so this quiz just like helps us decide where we fall on that axis so that we have like a better idea of the way our character like moves through space in the game.
Perfect.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, because you'll have a combination of the good, neutral, evil, and then a combination of the lawful, neutral, or chaotic. So it's like there's 3 choices of the first, 3 choices for A, 3 choices for B, and you mash them up. But I think you said it way better, and you should just cut out all of my talk.
Is that the Overton window?
Ooh, is this the Overton window?
I don't know.
So the Overton window is a political theory that suggests that there's this square along the political axis and it shifts left or right, and that's basically the discourse of what you can or can't do.
Okay, it's not
so
what I
like
thought it was.
ever since Trump, the Overton window has been pushed further to the right, further alt-right leaning, further conservative. If Bernie Sanders won, you could imagine people would argue it started to shift the other way.
I
a
think
good
I was
question.
just thinking of the like political grid.
Oh yeah. Ooh, we're gonna have to do that too. Damn, the political compass.
Yeah, that's
like.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I just railed this. So.
No, you're good. That's interesting because we should definitely consider how that relates to a political sense, because this one seems to just be more about your ethical and so forth. Okay, let's just go ahead and jump into it, shall we? So, first question, relationship to family. Family elders are expressing disapproval of you to the rest of the family. Do you A, accept the criticism and change your ways? B, seek a compromise with the elders? C, besmirch the reputation of the elders as you ignore their scorn? Or D, silence the elders any way you can?
Okay, here's my problem with this question. I think I might choose besmirch only because of the language of the way that it's like framed.
That's okay.
Fuck yes, I want to besmirch the reputation of elders as I ignore their scorn. That seems like exactly like something I do.
And it's contextual. My answer to all of these is going to be it's contextual. Like,
Yeah.
it's not categorical.
I also want to choose the besmirch one. And I was just wondering, like, as we go through this, like, it's hard for me, like, I'm thinking, like, oh, this is how I want my character to be. Because whenever I play role-playing games, like, I tend to always gravitate towards the more mischievous, like, eviler person. So I'm, like, wondering how I should answer. Should I answer it like me, or should I answer it like me?
Oh my God, I'm
Right.
so conflicted. Now I'm not sure. No, I'm going to answer all the questions as though it's me as like a human.
I think
Like,
I'm going to do the same.
who do I think that I am as like a person? Maybe.
But then there's so many selves. Like, we all have so many multiple selves, and they all are expressed in different scenarios and different contexts. And so by
Speaking
trying
of
to, like,
Lichen, I don't know how to be anybody but myself.
but I'm multiple people.
I'm just teasing.
I don't know how to be anybody but my multiple selves.
Yes, always performance. Okay.
All right,
I do
I
like
think
that. I do like the language of it though too. Like the language of it makes me want to be like, hell yeah, I want to besmirch the
Yes,
reputation of the
yeah,
elders.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel.
Like, I
and I
like
feel
to
like
be
I
drawn
would
to
say
the-
that to somebody. I besmirch you
Just
on
say
your
it.
reputation. I scorn you. Shh.
Hunty's out there besmirching her whole family.
You're
For real,
besmirched.
though.
And you're besmirched. We're all besmirched.
I've always been drawn to the archetype of the evil witch too, and so that's like a lore.
So we're
But
learning
I
a lot
think
about
we seek a
ourselves.
compromise.
Would the evil witch silence the elders in any way she could?
Oh, we know how it would be.
An apple, a poison apple. We all, of course, we do.
Yes, of course.
I do.
I think
I feel like our listeners are learning a lot about us, and this may like really change who listens to us.
Okay. We don't want people who don't like us.
Yes.
'cause
Maybe
I'm
we should
also
go to
thinking
questions,
like,
too.
wait, what?
I suggested we go to question 2, but I'm just hurrying everyone.
Oh, okay. Question 1. So we've all chosen our answers there.
I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going with seek a compromise with the elders because I like to try and reach across the aisle. Taking a centrist
I'm
position.
gonna come for you later. I just want you to know.
Of course, Karl Marx would do that. Of course, yeah. All right, number 2. Would you give up a promising career to aid the family in time of need?
This should be a conversation. Sorry.
Oh,
This should be a conversation with the family. Like, it's not, it's a relational decision that merits a relational answer, and I can't answer it right now.
In a heartbeat. That was really easy for me.
A in a heartbeat.
B, yes, with some reluctance. C, only if I was certain I'd be able to return to my career soon. Or D, no.
I literally like just did this in a heartbeat. Like in a heartbeat. That's not even like a hard question for me, not even a little.
Nice.
Oh, man. I'm going to sound so selfish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, I mean,
What if it's this? What if your family member, their need, and I'm using air quotes, is they need you to help them with their new startup that they're trying to put together.
It's like really specific. Like I really like.
Like they're like, I got this
next Tuesday,
bro.
and,
I got an idea for the next Facebook. I'm telling you, it's gonna take off. I just need you to leave your job so you can help me with this career I have.
So I guess need is contextual, kind of like what we've been saying. All right, okay. Everybody answer that one?
How many questions? If we do this for every question, we're here
that's
Okay.
kind of, yeah.
all goddamn night.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's skip. Let's
Put our heads down and go.
I'll just read the question, but then we can all pick, I guess. How's that? Is that better? So would you betray a family member to advance your own career?
Betray?
Yeah.
We like that word.
Betray.
I said,
Smart.
okay.
Betray.
So I said I'd resist the temptation because I like the idea that I could if I wanted to.
Yes,
I found it a
retain your
porn.
autonomy.
Oh boy. Okay.
It depends what family member, actually, now that I'm thinking about this.
Well, hey, that's actually really good.
Right?
Oh, that's good.
I find,
Okay.
Leader.
I find the idea abhorrent because
Oh,
because I'm back. I'm back from the centrist position. I'm back on the left.
Okay.
Fuck that
I would
job.
resist the temptation, but I can't promise that that's just not going to happen.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Do you respect the leaders of your family?
My family's horizontal, not hierarchical.
Ooh, I like that.
Insofar as I am the leader of my family,
I do respect myself.
I like that.
So I'm really like confused by the question for real though, because like this, I mean, vertical, horizontal, yes, but also like for realies though, like I would consider myself the leader of my family.
And the answer is like they're out of touch with reality. That doesn't mean you don't respect them. Like, define reality. Like, some people who are out of touch with reality are dope, and I
That
would
was
respect
very
them.
postmodern. That was a very.
I'm so postmodern.
You just changed my answer on that. Damn.
Awesome. I picked
I'm
the
going with
second
that.
one.
I'm going with the third one. You're often out of touch with my life. My answer.
I'm often out of touch with my life.
Exactly.
Oh.
It's funny because the answer doesn't even imply that I do or don't respect them.
Right?
They're often out of touch with my life. So
You could respect
next
that.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If your family had arranged your marriage to someone loathsome, would you?
Flee.
I feel like does subtly work against a union mean I could poison them?
Yes. With the apple. Same apple.
I'm very against. I am strongly against union busting, so I can't choose that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna subtly work against the union through poison.
Wow.
Noted, Mr. FBI man. Noted.
Monty chooses assassination.
Yeah.
Hunty's answers add a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
You're estranged from a family member. On his deathbed, he seeks reconciliation. Do you?
What kind of reconciliation? Speak to him, hold your ground, refuse.
I discuss it openly.
And without rancor, what does that mean?
Like without anger or
I'm Googling it.
Bitterness or
or
resentment.
like without like allowing the conversation to happen without anger or without like there being further argument, basically.
Okay.
Well, I discuss it openly, but open to anger. So
So,
I'll pick it with a modifier in my head.
okay. Would that be the same as like speak to him but hold your ground?
Yeah. Well, maybe the discussion would be more open to like peacefully come to some sort of agreement. I don't know.
I choose hold my ground. Like, well, we can talk, but
You're gonna die soon.
But either you're gonna agree with me, or you're gonna die with me mad at you.
Oh. All right. Okay.
My ground is always unstable, so I don't know what that means to hold it. So.
Yeah, I feel that.
All right. The next category of these questions are relationship to friends. So this is the make or break of the entire podcast.
Obviously.
Oh, God.
So,
A powerful but corrupt judge offers you wealth if you will testify against a friend. Do you?
I choose contempt.
It depends because. But what if testifying against them isn't that high stakes for them, and then you can share the wealth with your friend? Like.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, 4-dimensional chess.
Oh, wow.
Like, let's say it's not that bad.
Take the money, arrange for your friend's escape, and then you all leave with all the money.
Oh, I thought that was an option, and I was like, "Ooh, I'll do that one."
Oh no, but that's what I would do. Like, oh sure, yeah. Hey buddy, we're gonna get so rich. I just gotta do this one thing. I just gotta do this one thing, and then we're both gonna be so rich.
Right? It's like those Facebook questions that's like, "Did you punch your best friend in the face for $1 million?" Yes, they'd want me to. Like.
Yeah, then we go have a night on the town.
I feel like you
Then we
watch
split it,
the
right?
Because that documentary has something to say about all those quizzes we took. Just saying.
Which one?
The Great Hack. Have you seen it? It's
Oh,
about
yeah.
Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it says, okay, you can testify on your friend's behalf no matter the consequences. It doesn't say anything like corrupt judge offers you the wealth and if you testify against your friend, like what are the consequences other than like you just don't get the money?
Yeah, well, I'm worried about the whole like corrupt judge thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
Like
corrupt.
I feel like you're fucked no matter what you do
Right?
for this question.
Okay.
So
Yeah. That's a good point. That they're gonna like you already know the outcome basically, so you might as well get some money.
It's true.
I'm still gonna refuse to testify. I feel like I'd feel better if I chose that.
Can you use
I'm
the
gonna
money to
keep
bail
it.
your friend out?
Ooh, maybe.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you take the money. It's part of a larger con
Yeah.
where you're like, I'll take the money, but we're gonna leave here. Like all this money, I'm gonna put to good use for both of us in the future. And then we're gonna come back with a large army and smite the judge.
Yeah.
To my mind.
Nice.
Okay.
Do you become close to friends or hold most people at a safe distance?
I am a strong yes on both sides, and I have no idea what to say.
Oh boy.
Really?
Yeah, I do both hard.
Huh.
What would you have said for me?
What?
Is
What
that
would I have said
surprising?
for you? Or
Yeah.
what would I say for me?
Well, you were surprised that I have both.
No, I guess I'm not. I feel like
Okay.
I feel like a lot of people do that, right? I mean, you have to choose kind of. So I have some close friends because I feel like some people I would have like really open, honest conversations with, for instance, and the other people I'd be like, "How was your weekend?"
Yeah. Like friends, but yeah.
I only have enough energy for like a few close friends, and then it's like acquaintances, I guess.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if I try to spread the love too much, then I'm just being disingenuous to everybody. You know?
We're just
because so I feel like I'm very selective about who I keep as friends. But even with that, like it's still like I'm very introverted. So even so, I'm still like, hey buddy, really nice to see you from far away. Thanks. I'll see you later.
Yeah. I feel that.
Thanks for the interaction via text. We'll chat again in a month.
All right, the next one. Have you ever betrayed Lazarus? I mean, have you ever betrayed a friend?
Lazarus, yes. A friend, no.
I probably
What is this question? I've done so more than once, and sometimes I get away with it.
I don't know if I've ever intentionally, but I'm sure I've done something that felt like a betrayal.
Oh, interesting.
That that resonates with me actually also because I would never do it intentionally. I don't think I would ever do that intentionally though.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would ever contemplate betraying a friend, but sorry.
But I might have. I probably have.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think about it, but no promises.
That's funny.
Damn, Mark. That's brutal. Okay.
How do you view lifelong commitment to a single romantic partner?
Everyone knows my answer.
Ooh.
Are you sure? Are you on the huge mistake bandwagon, or are you on the you worry about missing out? Because I feel like they're great. That's like a gradient, right?
Yes, I would say. Well, yeah. I would say I'd worry I'm missing out. But that doesn't mean that you don't keep that romantic partner. Like,
right.
It's not like I'm not going to be tied down. It's like I could be tied down or not tied down.
So I'm going to choose such a romance would be ideal if it's achievable.
Yeah.
I like how like some of these questions are kind of like they have like this cheekiness to them, or the answers. I mean, or like in this case, the last one is like try to imagine like just someone responding to this. Like say they were in a play, and he's like, tie yourself to one person. Huge mistake. Like you could just like feel like the pause.
Yep, you can hear it.
Okay, if I'm going to be really honest, and I probably shouldn't be because I should think about this before I say it. Hold on, I'm trying to think in the moment. It's too hard. I'm kind of like imagining some of the people who might have written questions like this too.
Yep.
I'm just going to leave that there.
Describe
Next question.
Yeah, I'm picturing it in my head this whole time.
Describe it.
Do you?
Never mind.
Oh, do you insist on repayment when lending money to friends?
Contract signed in blood. No.
I love that
I still know
that I have money to lend.
There we go.
Ugh. No, they just owe me a favor? Ugh.
How much money? Like if I lend someone $100, I'm probably going to say something about it.
Wow, really? Wow.
$100?
That says a lot about you.
But sometimes people forget to repay you, and then they feel really bad about it when they remember. And I know how it feels to have forgotten. And so sometimes when someone reminds you, it saves you from feeling guilty about forgetting. So I
feel like maybe a contract in blood is the best.
That's what I've come to.
I think it's you have to be really upfront. Like if someone gives you like more. Like I'm trying to think. I think more than $20 from me. I'm like, do you need this back? I have to ask the question. Do you need this back and when?
Yeah,
I need to know how much I can get away with.
I have a friend who still owes me money, and that person has owed me money for like over a year now. But I'm not like worried about it. But like every once in a while, I'm like, that person still owes me like $200. So
yeah,
so we gotta track them down. So
we gotta get
listeners,
bounty hunter.
listeners, go out there and find this person.
Find them.
Wow.
That is a lot. Because like if
Wow.
you're paying for coffee, like I don't keep track of who's paid for coffee, but
agreed. Yeah, same.
But that's not $200.
I'm pretty sure I owe Marx like a coffee and a burrito. I'm pretty sure.
Burrito, damn.
You know, I don't keep track, so.
I mean, never mind.
This also brings up. I'm just remembering now. Like, Lazarus, I owe you my drums, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It's actually funnier if you never give it to me. That's right. But it's okay. I don't care.
All right. I'm gonna be for that question, I'm gonna be flexible about the exact terms because it seems like maybe that's what I do anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Are you still in touch with childhood friends?
Okay, so this question, I have questions because like I am friends on Facebook with people I knew from childhood.
Same, but I don't talk to them.
That doesn't mean that I keep in touch with them. It means that social media allows me to peek in on their lives every other, whenever.
Right. Is that trying? Maybe that's trying. Like I try to keep in touch by not ever talking or reaching out ever.
I try to keep in touch but never reach. My way of keeping in touch is to never reach out, but then just have like really passive aggressive posts. I think that works very well.
What is the maximum age where it's like childhood and then it's like not childhood?
I count college as the beginning of not childhood.
Okay, yeah, I would say high school and before.
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to keep in touch with one or two.
I actually I'm always in shock when I meet people who are actually in touch with their childhood friends.
Right.
They're like, I went to high school with this person and we still hang out. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's awesome.
You're a crazy person. Yeah, you're a crazy person to me.
That's awesome, you crazy person.
So I'm Facebook friends with people that I knew in like 2nd and 3rd grade.
Me too. But I don't do anything other than that.
Yeah. But like we don't talk or whatever. I'm just like, oh look.
Yeah.
They're
See what
fan
they look
of
like.
that or the other. Yeah.
I'm always amazed that you can recognize someone when they've aged like 20 years and they look the same.
I haven't though, so.
You haven't aged at all?
Yeah, very, very little. All right, next.
All right, the next category of questions is relationship to community. So, first question, do you donate time and money to improve the local community?
A little bit.
Yeah, I do.
Does going to your local coffee shop specifically, that's not a big corporation chain, is that improving my community?
Yes, because I need the cold brew. Is that the right answer?
That's my answer.
That's part of your own needs being met.
Interesting.
I mean, the needs of the community aren't my top priority, but I do know that the community is important. So I guess after my needs are met, then.
So is that, no, my local community would be a waste of time and money?
I don't know, because I also don't necessarily donate as much as I can. I donate some.
Yeah.
But almost never in money. Like I usually donate time.
Lucy's computer froze. Wait a
Oh
second.
no.
We'll be stuck on this question forever. But isn't this like the main question for us in regards to like being educators? Are we donating our time and money to improve the local community? Improve how?
Like donating your time to be an educator. That's a thing, right?
That's bullshit. I get really upset about this entire thing. Because that's like what the demand is, that if you are an educator, if you are a teacher, it is assumed that you should donate whatever extra above and beyond you're capable of, because that's like your job. And it's like it's like a calling. It's not even a job anymore. It's like a calling. And that's such bullshit. It's like, why public school teachers are paid shit.
Right, because they'll do it because they're good people often. Like, it's like, yeah.
Do you think that this is a question that leaves the door open to people who would be like, oh yeah, I gentrified my community, so I'm definitely improving it. I pushed the homeless people out this way.
It's a weird thing though, like hearing of why people want to become teachers, and it's always such like a lot of them, like, it's good reasons. Like, I want to like help kids, I want to help families, I want to, and then like, what does our structural system do with like knowing that that's why these people are in this field? And they're always saying like, I'm not in it for the money, because you make nothing. Like, how convenient.
It's also, I feel like when some people say that though, it's very much kind of a savior complex, and they think they need to go and
yeah. There's still the perception that elementary ed's easy.
Perpetuate white culture.
Yeah.
True.
Save the struggling.
Whiteness is property.
I've heard that sort of sentiment from too many elementary education students, where they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna help them." Ugh.
I know, and we try to talk about deficit thinking, but then it's hard because sometimes that's new to a lot of them, and then they'll take it the other direction and be like, "Oh, so we don't need to think that poverty is a problem." And it's anyway. Yeah.
Well, this is a contentious one. Yeah. You're back? Okay. The next question, your community is threatened with invasion. Do you?
Well, invasion is paired with like that word bothers me so much, who it's applied to.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I've already manned the barricades with the rest of my community. I can't hear you.
Wait.
I flip immediately.
Mark would flip immediately.
Cut a deal with the invaders to act as a spy.
Well, who are the invaders? Maybe they're better than the community.
The Americans, the imperialists.
Oh, wait, never mind, I'm out.
Americans.
If a particular group of people who had a better idea of social and ecological justice invaded the U.S., I would help them. Like,
I think the thing is with the invasion, I guess there's, yeah, because you could be led by propaganda to think it's an invasion, or you could know that what they're bringing is certain doom, and that's what invokes the feeling of an invasion. Like, instead of it being propaganda, it's actual facts.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the spy, because I hate this idea of invasion being bad sometimes.
Yeah. I'm going to
Lazarus.
Oh shit!
I'm going to flee as soon as things look grim.
You're that one person who like throws the rock and like, oh, I'm out. I did my part.
Like, hey, like, I'm here with you guys, but also gotta look out for number one, you know?
I would like to think, I mean, given the context, that I would go either barricades or I'll go the spy thing, depending on the context of it. But in reality, I would probably end up fleeing.
That's actually probably my honest answer.
Why did they? So the answer 1 is help defend it to your last breath, and then 2 is man the barricades with the rest of the community. Excuse me, I'm manning the barricades with the rest of my community to the last breath.
Yeah.
They're like the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
What the heck?
Y'all, I'm really upset by this next question.
All right. Oh God, if you were injured and required immediate assistance, would members of your home community agree to help?
Agree? Who agrees if someone's like bleeding on the street?
Should we help?
Should we help? I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
Let's hold a town hall meeting.
Yeah, we'll decide by committee.
Also, who doesn't help someone? Well, I mean, some people don't, but it makes it seem like if people don't like you, they automatically won't help you. Like, what does that say about community?
I would like to think that I would be distrusted by the powers that be. So I think that I would choose not. I would hope that I would be that person.
You'd only hope that you'd be distrusted.
Exactly.
Oh, the next question for me is, Do you respect the laws and authorities in the community?
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
No.
Yes,
When
they're
it
generally
suits
the
me.
best way to govern.
It's only the best way to go.
This
like
makes
this-
me feel like the opposite of that is being individualistic.
That's true. I don't like that.
Yeah, we don't like that.
Yeah, that
do-
would if you don't pay attention to the authorities, they've gotten a hold on me. You're an anti-vaxxer, basically.
Yeah, and that's not what it means, right?
So-
Like it's forcing you into that.
Are you an anti-vaxxer, Lazarus?
No, absolutely. I am pro vaccines.
Yeah, we just lost all those
Lazarus,
donors now.
Lazarus is
That's
out
okay.
there with the community, puncturing people's skin with needles against their will, helping them get vaccines
At the barricades till my last breath.
to his last breath, helping the community.
Do members?
I don't- I
real,
think-
real fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with when it suits me. There are some laws I just don't agree with because I'm a small business owner.
There we go.
I'm also going with when it suits me because sometimes I feel like going 5 miles above the speed limit.
Right, this suits you.
Because it suits me.
I love everything about Mark's answer
Yeah.
because, ouch, and also good for you.
Where's the part that says when it suits me, there are some taxes I just don't agree with? I'm a libertarian and Tea Partier, and I.
Just lost some more members.
Yeah.
Bye.
Next question. Do members of the community shun, avoid, or mock you? Probably behind my back.
Right. How do you know if
I
they're
know, right?
mocking?
Like, never to my face.
Oh, I love this. Yes, their small minds can't handle outside the norm.
I just want to say that one because I like it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it because I like it. I haven't done
Yeah.
that yet.
Oh, my hands can't handle.
Uh,
I like that one too.
Tempting.
Would you stand for office or seek to represent the interests of the community in some public manner?
I would, but not because it's my duty, but because I think my ideas are better than other people's.
Yeah. It's
And
not
that's not
some,
like an option.
Right.
I don't care about the honor and I don't care about the duty.
Right.
I do think that some people cannot handle the job. I mean, that is just truth. But also,
I've
really, it's
always
just because I'm smarter than them.
Hunty 2020.
But, like, there's not that answer on this little board.
I know. That's
I've
why we
always
hate
like
this.
I've always liked the response of like I don't seek leadership. I just accept it reluctantly when it's thrust upon me.
oh no.
This one's
no.
hard.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Your country
No.
is racked with famine.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah, this is
The next-
hard.
The next category. Wait, Hunty, did you want to finish up with that?
No, I'm
office?
fine. I think I'll just, if no one else can handle the job, because we're pretty sure no one else can.
Yep.
So the next category is relationship to king and country.
Queen and country.
God. Oh, sorry, queen and country. Your country. Your country is racked with famine. Would you?
Ooh, this is one where do I be honest of what I actually think I do or what I hope I would do?
Oh whoa! What the heck? This is like
Whoa.
the
Whoa.
really fucked up capitalist.
If I'm staying on character or in character for the small business owner, I'll have to go.
Okay. Oh, wait, that's easy.
A small business owner that reaches across the aisle.
Steal as much
Right.
food as possible, sell it back to the community.
Whoa.
Oh my God, I love the next question. I think it's the person I've been arranged marriage to.
Would you slip a...
Oh my gosh, it is. If offered enough money, would you slip a poison into your king's drink? Yes, and I've done similar things before. Wait,
What? You slip stuff into people's drinks?
What the heck answer is this?
Oh, is that one of the answers?
Yeah, it's one of the answers.
Oh.
For the record, I've never done that.
Okay.
I would say yes if I thought I could get away with it because I need to make sure that I have a well thought out plan before I do it.
I have some podcasts you might want to listen to.
Does the poison kill them or just like make them a little bit sick?
I think the inference is he's straight up dead.
I don't know. I'm gonna take the inference that it's just like a night of bad cramps. I can say yes.
Yeah, then they just wake up and they're like, I need to speak with you about
That's even darker. It's like a night of suffering, and then they live again, and you're just like, what?
And you see the next morning, you're like, yeah, you see them at breakfast, and you're like, so how are you feeling?
Do you want some OJ?
So you're up, huh? That's a surprise. I gotta get my money back.
Oh, yeah.
A plague is sweeping across your country. Would you
flee?
I just think a dangerous mission sounds fun.
That does sound
fun. It does.
Yeah,
and you don't have to be around them. You can be quarantined while you're on the mission.
I picture like a lower cost type of dangerous mission for some reason. I don't know why. Like, what's the dangerous mission to find a cure? Like, what would that be? What does that look like?
I don't know, but I feel like if you're undertaking a dangerous mission, you're also sort of fleeing. So I feel like it's a good way to do more than one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And if the mission fails, you're like, oh, shit, sorry. I'm over here now.
Oh, no, that's going really bad. I'm really glad I'm out here.
If only I could do something.
All right, this next question for the Mr. or Mrs. or Miss FBI person that is listening, we're obviously, this is just a pure fictional novel we're writing. Do you respect the lawful authority of the rulers of the land?
No. I don't like the narrative that land has rulers.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
How can I reject that?
No, a ruler is no better than anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Suck it, rulers.
If you were offered a reasonably lucrative deal, would you spy for a hostile foreign power?
I feel like if Trump was offered a fairly lucrative deal, he just became president for a foreign power.
Like this first one, my nation could totally stand to be knocked down a peg. So I feel like yes.
Only one peg? What?
Yeah.
Do you rely on...
I think knock down a peg. I like that.
Yeah.
Everyone should be knocked down a peg all the time.
Constantly.
Let's go ahead and check in with our small business owner, bipartisan
centrist, Marx.
Yeah.
Hello.
What do you think about this one?
Oh, for the lucrative deal. I love those words. I love the sound of that. And I agree, my nation could be knocked down a
peg. Very nice. All right. Do you rely on the government to enforce contracts and property rights? Do I have a
choice?
Right.
I really love this. Absolutely not. If I can't defend it myself, I don't deserve to have it. Well,
wow.
I think that's an option.
Okay, the government literally can't even pave roads. So
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking.
They literally have Domino's out here paving roads for them.
All right. Next category is thoughts on crime and punishment, and I think they're referring to the Foucault novel. All right. If imprisoned, would you injure or kill others to escape?
Wow. Oh, like people who aren't also imprisoned.
I think that is what it. Yeah. So serves them right for locking me up.
I think it's
minor wounds that would heal easily. I totally give them minor wounds that would heal easily.
Yeah, me too. I think it's funny as we're going through these questions. I feel like some of us, not to name names, are getting a little bit more like unlawful and just like sort of like let's just burn the whole fucker to the ground. And then some of us are still like, how could I negotiate this in the real world? But it's fucking Dungeons and Dragons, and so I feel like some people have done this before, and some of us have not.
That is a keen observation.
It's kind of, there's a little bit of like a story arc happening here.
Yeah, we can see. Yes, obviously.
There's a
I feel like we need to play Dungeons and Dragons.
there's a hero's journey happening, I think.
Or
How
heroine.
individualistic.
Maybe
A
a
heroine.
heroine's journey.
I just say hero and I apply it to all. Is that okay?
Like actor. Yeah, I'm up for that.
Like actor, yeah.
I see that.
So
oh yeah.
these guards are just doing their jobs. Like
Small business owner.
Jesus.
they're just trying to get paid, you know? They're just like you and me.
Yep.
Just like you and me.
We're all human.
I'm
Just
sorry.
like you and me, except for some are less than because they took this job.
I love that Marx is now Joe the plumber.
I like that too.
I really like that too.
I would do the minor wounds though. I would do like the minor wounds and just keep them alive because
Yeah.
I don't want to
I'll
judge
go
their life situation for picking that job, but I still have to get out of there.
You could stab somebody pretty good, I think, and
And
that
they'd
it would
be okay.
still like not murder them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think
Pepper
because the question is like, would you because it includes kill, that's the part where I go, I don't think I would.
I wouldn't.
I definitely would try to get out, but I would not like seek to kill.
Yeah.
I like
If
how
it happens.
If it happens, then you got to break a couple of eggs to make an omelet.
Damn.
All right, next question. Do you accept a noble's right to treat badly the serfs who work on his land?
No, fuck that. No one has a right to treat another person badly, period.
That's actually one of the first answers I just agree with.
Yeah.
That statement.
All right.
100%.
Easy.
You have accidentally committed a crime.
Oops.
Oops. Oh, no, not again.
Yes.
Well, what did you do? If I did something really horrible to another person versus if I broke a law I don't agree with.
Okay, so here's the thing. For me, it doesn't matter. I'm definitely going to try to hide my involvement and my...
Okay.
I don't want to get in trouble. It's very scary.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, that's probably what I do.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for too.
Hide. See.
I would want to confess and attempt to make restitution to the victim, except that it doesn't end well for me.
It costs you money. You want to keep your money. Why would you do that?
At least cost me money, if not more.
Pin it on another.
Pin it on another. Do it.
If guilty, would you confess to a crime?
Might get me a lighter sentence.
Yeah, let's talk about these deals we can make.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. A magistrate has a job to do. Might as well let them try.
True.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you don't want to take away from their paycheck.
I know, right? They also have things they need to do, so you're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
This is job security.
That's like the same logic when you throw trash on the ground and they're like, the maintenance people need something to do. It's job security.
Fuck up a whole aisle.
Right.
No reason.
Not a business. A while.
I used to work at Target. So.
Yeah.
Do you mean when you put the sizes not in the right order anymore, or do you mean taking all the toys off a shelf?
It's apparently people who do one also do the other.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's have you seen those videos where it's usually younger people, but they take milk jugs and they throw it on the ground and fall on the ground, and then they act like they fell and they spilled their milk and it wasn't their fault, but they do it behind. Have you ever seen those videos? And people turn around and they're just oh, and they like can't get up or whatever. Have you seen that?
That sounds like Munchausen's with milk jugs. Like, what? Why?
I don't know.
Interesting.
To get money?
It's just shenanigans, tomfoolery.
Because I'm wondering if they feel like they need attention or like are feeling like people in their lives don't see them.
Calcium is good for the bones.
I was thinking it was for extortion of some kind.
My question is there somebody there recording it? Because
yes.
Then
So
they
it's more of a
they just
joke,
want internet
like.
popularity.
Yeah.
They're doing it for the gram.
Yep.
Okay.
Smash that like button.
Smash that milk button. Would you express a revolutionary political opinion if threatened with punishment?
Yes.
Only if threatened with punishment.
Politics aren't worth getting worked up about.
I don't want to ever. No, I don't want to say that. Never mind. I don't want to say it. Like, I don't want to associate with people like that. Like, no, I just don't want to get worked up about that politics.
Right. I just try to stay neutral. I try not to rock the boat.
I'm apolitical, actually.
Yeah.
Ew.
This is I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So it's like the idea is that you're being threatened with punishment because you have a revolutionary opinion, or
Yeah.
are they just asking you your opinion and they don't know yet, but you have to tell them because they're threatening to punish you?
I think they're like, we're going to punish anyone who expresses this opinion.
Oh, okay. So they're trying to find out.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Espionage Act that the United States did during World War I?
What's the punishment? Like, if it's a little fine versus death, that's a difference.
So I'm going to go with no, because then I'm going to go turn around with my revolutionary friends and be like, okay, so we have to enact the plan.
Strategic.
The time is now.
Yeah. We're smarter than that.
I was thinking maybe it's just another way to word, like, all right, gun to your head. Like, what would you do?
I would obviously grab the gun from their hands and turn it around on them.
Privately express to friend.
Yeah, and then and tell them I'm apolitical.
All right. While traveling, you witness an assault. You are ordered to testify, which will delay your travel significantly. Oh, do you? Oh, what an inconvenience.
I hate traveling, and I hate obstacles to my traveling, but no, I would help.
Like, am I traveling in Bordeaux, or am I like traveling in Oklahoma?
Can I
Somewhere
come
you
back in like,
want.
However many weeks it is when the trial starts? Can I leave and then come back?
Oh, that could be like, I'll do this, but after my trip.
I feel like we're all really good at storytelling, and that makes this way harder.
Yeah.
I remain reluctantly testify and leave.
That's what I do. Yep.
All right, the last category, and I think this will be our shadow producer's favorite category: thoughts on business and the economy.
Oh, wow.
Oh my.
Ooh, what is the best use of wealth?
Oh, I
The
love it.
use of wealth. Wow.
Okay, I want to hear from Marx first.
Yeah.
Stay on top of that heat, man. You gotta stay on top of that heat.
Oh my god.
Gotta secure the bag.
I'm going full Robin Hood on this one.
This is also like a weird, again, like white savior discourse. Like, help the less fortunate without unpacking your own identity. Like, I don't know.
I changed my answer. Not only stay on top, but keep others from climbing up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. I'm really hoping that shifts you to immediately like lawful evil or like chaotic evil or something. All right, next one. When confronted by beggars, do you... Oh, and then a copper is obviously a penny.
Oh. Wow.
It's like
I
lowest.
don't even have pennies.
Oh, I see. So probably what I wouldn't miss anyway.
I always, like, as a human, whenever I go, if I'm like in a city, especially a big city, I'll always take my leftovers to go, and then I'll make sure to give them to somebody. else, like because like especially in a couple of nearby cities, there's a really significant, like houseless population. And so if I know that somebody's outside and they're hungry, like I always want to make sure that I save some of what I don't need and I give that to them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that means that I only give away what I wouldn't miss anyway, or if I give moderately.
Right. That's a hard question. Like, how do you generously, moderately?
Yeah, that's
I'd like to think that I give
that's a good
moderately.
point.
I think you could count that as moderate. That's more than a copper.
More than
A penny.
Sure.
Like,
yeah, it's definitely more than a. I always feel like, do you ever feel bad like if you only have a penny to like give, and then like you give the penny, but and they're like, because they're like anything helps, and you're like, I mean, you say that, but this is just a penny.
And then it
I'm
almost looks
sorry.
like the nothing, like here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never have cash either.
Yeah, it's sorry.
Do you have Venmo?
Mm-mm.
Do you have PayPal?
Oh, no, I meant for the. Okay, never mind.
Can I Cash App you?
Okay, so next one. By using magic, you could fool village merchants into thinking your copper pieces were made of gold. Do you?
Like
Fuck yeah.
Amazon or a local business?
No, it says you can say yes, but I'll only cheat the rich merchants. Which is
Oh,
what I,
yeah.
yeah.
I'll do that.
So basically, Marx, I'm coming for you.
Small business owner.
Wait,
It's fair. It's a free market.
Wait to get to him.
Wait, I would totally, I'd say yes and buy as much as I can, give it away to everybody who needs it, because shit should be like democratically owned workplaces like co-ops. Sorry, all bourgeoisie, all property owning class. Sorry.
Okay.
Some hot takes.
Hot take. You have two job offers. One pays more, but the other is secure and steady. Which do you choose?
I can't imagine having either of those.
Yeah. Wait, so if it's secure and steady means it doesn't pay as well? Or what does it mean? One pays significantly more? Or it just pays like $2 more?
$2 a year more.
Let's say one pays a lot more, but you don't know how long you'll have it. But the other one is like that very secure, steady rate that's...
not as
Literally, this is my life right now, and steady work actually does sound like drudgery. So,
Yeah.
fuck it.
It kind of sounds like the life of like an artist too, where it's like you have that one job that gives you that big cash out, and then the rest of the time it's just kind of like trying to find out how to get that next job, and then in the meantime you're looking at like that 9 to 5. Like I think I might have to get that 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And
That sounds awful.
it is. It's very awful. It sucks.
All right, the next question, definitely going to have to hear from the shadow producer here. What's the best plan to wealth?
Disagree. We do not need to hear from him. We already know his answer.
It's a meritocracy, right?
Yeah.
Go on, Marx.
You need to stay flexible. You gotta weigh your options. Look for good opportunities.
You gotta diversify your portfolio, is what you're saying.
But I was gonna say something about the luck can be in the right place at the right time, but it's more about networking, meeting the right people.
LinkedIn. Have a good LinkedIn.
Where's the option of taking money from people?
Where is that?
Yeah. These are all like super meritocracy answers. Like work hard, pull yourself up.
I'm actually really surprised that our shadow producer didn't say hard work and perseverance.
Right?
These are all seems like that should have been what he said.
Take your bootstraps, pull them up by yourself.
Exactly.
Yep. That's what I just tell other people.
Okay. But you stay flexible.
All right, the final question. If you accepted a job or contract, would you try to finish the task even if it got much more dangerous?
Fuck that. I would be renegotiating for sure.
Yep. If it's no longer a good deal, the deal is off. Consent is ongoing.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
Time to submit.
Okay.
Dun dun dun. Yeah, I'm not surprised with mine.
Neutral. I didn't want one that has neutral in it.
What'd you get? Chaotic neutral?
Neutral good. I got. I expected to get good because that's what I always.
I got chaotic good.
I got chaotic good too.
Yeah.
This is so boring.
Whoa.
And it's he.
I love that you hate that part.
Yeah. I'm neutral, good, and a he.
So
just like a default. I'm a default.
Just the default.
With my real answers, because I did my actual personal answers, I got chaotic good.
Yeah.
But
what are you if you're Joe the plumber?
That's what I'm gonna do with some of these answers real fast.
True centrist.
Oh, it says I don't have bias. Oh my god.
You literally argued against bias at every turn.
Right?
No, you did. That's what you did.
Everyone's always biased.
No, you were. Yeah, isn't that what it says, that you don't have bias?
Yeah, it says I shouldn't have bias because I'm neutral.
So let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and discuss our character alignment. I'll start with yours, Lichen. Neutral good, this is all according to the Player's Handbook, 3.5 edition. Neutral good is also known as the benefactor, in air quotes. A neutral good character does the best that a good person can do. They are devoted to helping others. They work with kings and magistrates, but don't feel beholden to them. Jozan, a cleric who helps others according to their needs, is neutral good. And neutral good is the best alignment you could be because it means doing what is good without bias for or against order.
I hate that, but
so it's not saying that you don't have bias. It's saying that you try to act without as much as you can without having your bias. Is that what the whole thing is? It's trying to be like you acknowledge maybe they don't say this part, but maybe the unspoken part is that you have bias, but you try to act without that.
Yeah, doing what is good. I'm just wondering how they're defining good.
Yeah.
And truth.
My favorite thing about the D&D stuff is when when it first came out, it was there's humans and there's there's orcs, and it's just right off the bat, orcs are bad. There is no communicating or trying to befriend an orc. You see an orc, you kill it. That's just part of the story. You're against the orcs, and then traditionally in fantasy, orcs are just instantly bad. But my favorite thing has been that in the last decade or so, there's been a lot of specific, I think more comedy, TV shows and things where they poke fun at this, where they start questioning why are the orcs bad? What do they do that makes them bad?
I like that. That's a great point. Because
go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, if when you create a character, you can pick what race your character is, air quote, whatever that, and you can pick half orc, but Lucy was saying, in the game, the full orcs are the enemy. It's so fucking problematic.
But there's also a thing where if you're a half orc, isn't there a thing where if you're a half orc, there's some people that you'll meet as NPCs who won't trust you as much or something like that?
I think that's right.
It's
it's
problematic.
That's interesting, because that's why Gollum Schmeagol's my favorite character in The Hobbit, because he's both. He is a contradictory being who is neither good nor evil, and I love him and I'm terrified of him at the same time, and he's my favorite ever.
Nor good nor evil, or he's both good and evil?
Oh, yeah, both.
Yeah, the answer is.
I think both and.
Both.
Both and, yeah.
Yeah, always both and, even in both.
That's the thing is and I think when D&D was first out, it was just everyone just accepted this as the true narrative. And so it was easy to be like, well, good just means you fight orcs all the time, I guess, or whatever. I think like recent RPGs and like recent fantasy stuff has a lot more nuance to it, as far as I can tell. Like, it seems like it anyway. But because when did 3.5 come out?
That's a good question. I mean,
but all of this is also sort of like, for me, when we talked about playing something like Civilization, for instance, it's so steeped in patriarchy and imperialistic tendencies that even taking the test, I mean, like, I know that it's just, good, solid fun to figure out what our character alignment is. And also, I feel like people might take this and then not really super question sort of where these questions come from in the first place. Like, how did we get here? And so that, I mean, that just, it doesn't really trouble me, but it makes me think about sort of those things that we don't question when we just see them. And this is why I'm like an argumentative bitch, right? But I mean, it seems like, no, this is, didn't we just talk, Lazarus and I just talked about this, like when you push back against something that people just don't think about things necessarily super critically, just because it's not always fun to do that. And you're the killjoy, right? You're like,
roll your eyes.
I mean, I'm like super excited that I'm chaotic good. I think that that's exactly what I wanted to be. But also when I take the questions, and when it talks about king and country, and when everything's written in the masculine perspective of he, and those are the pronouns that we use, and
individualistic, like built into most of the questions even.
Real fast. Mission accomplished. Look who's a centrist. Neutral.
What did you get? What?
Can we do a new handbook? Can we write like a critical handbook for D&D so that people? How would we do an alignment quiz and change the questions so that they're?
You have to do an epistemological.
If it were an epistemological shift, it would be able to be a categorical quiz.
You are the postmodern.
Something that we would come up with, I imagine that someone going through the textbook to go through this themselves based off of something that we all wrote together, that they would probably close the book with just utter existential dread. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like it would be a little bit, there's that scene in Life of Brian where they're like, he said, or she, don't you oppress me, like when he or she, and he or she, but I still think that it'd be fun to try.
Yeah, it would be fun.
So for the listeners, and the chaotic good, which is, I guess, what is it, 3 or 4 of us? The rest of us got? Chaotic good is the, like, air quote, rebel. A chaotic good character acts as his conscience directs him with little regard for what others expect of him.
He makes his own way.
Come on, you can use.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean like that, but you're right. I should. Okay. A chaotic good character acts as their conscience directs them with little regard for what others expect of them. They make their own way, but they are kind and benevolent. They believe in goodness and right, but has little use for laws and regulations. They hates it when people try to intimidate others and tell them what to do. They follow their own moral compass. Thank you. Which, although good, may not agree with that of society. Sovereignless, a ranger who waylays the evil barons, tax collectors, is chaotic good. And chaotic good is the best alignment you can be because it combines with a good heart with a free spirit. Insert Leonard Skinner. Meow, 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 free bird.
There's a
Actually, I hate Leonard Skinner.
I'm wondering what I'm really curious about what this says about me because I always voluntarily select chaotic good, and then even when I don't want to be, like I think, oh, let me try something different. I just end up being chaotic good in like a game or something. For example, I'm playing this game right now where as soon as I had a chance to kill or not kill someone who had like kept me prisoner on a ship in this game, I was like, I'm gonna kill them. Just like so excited to die.
Yeah. And I feel like I always end up like neutral good in everything. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I hate it. Can't escape it. The niceness. Ugh.
Well, it's better because every party needs variation to succeed.
Well, there's a variety. I will play that subjectivity till I die.
Is it variety is the spice of life? Is that the saying? Is that a saying?
Yeah, that's a cliche, but that's a saying.
Real quick, I just want to read the ultimately neutral position of neutral you can get. I don't know how you legitimately come to this position, and I think it's inherently incredibly problematic. But the neutral is the air quote undecided. A neutral character.
It's the swing voter.
It's the swing voter. Yes. A neutral character does what seems to be a good idea. They don't feel strongly one way or the other when it comes to good versus evil or law versus chaos. Most neutral characters exhibit a lack of conviction or bias rather than a commitment to neutrality. Such a character thinks of good as better than evil. After all, they would rather have good neighbors and rulers than evil ones. Still, they're not personally committed to upholding good in any abstract or universal way. Maya Lee, a wizard who devotes herself to her art and is bored by the semantics of moral debate, is neutral. Some neutral characters, on the other hand, commit themselves philosophically to neutrality. They see good, evil, law, and chaos as prejudices and dangerous extremes. They advocate the middle way of neutrality as the best, most balanced road in the long run. Neutral is the best alignment you can be because it means you act naturally without prejudice or compulsion. That sounds a lot like the Fox News saying. Fox News, fair and balanced.
But balance means so many things. Like,
I have two things to say. Again, The Great Hack. That movie really affected me. I just saw it recently, so I'm bringing it up again. But they called the people that they were targeting on social media for like the ads that vilified Hillary Clinton, they called them the undecideds.
Oh my God.
That's what the group of people who were like formulating all these plans, that's what they called them, was the undecideds. So that's the first thing. But then the second thing is that I didn't hear anything necessarily contradictory in what Lazarus just read, because while there could be various meanings to neutrality, at the center of that term and our understanding of that word, I think in terms of society, it's very much that idea of fair and balance. Not that it always has to play out that way, and not that Fox News has done that, but I think that idea of neutrality, I think societally, that's what we see it as, is this idea of a balanced approach, or like a way to look at the world that takes into account all things, but really people can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, really, that's not something that a person is capable of doing necessarily, I think.
Yeah, I think I definitely agree with you on that.
Like,
I think it.
Like, if you try and find a middle ground, that means that, unless, you just want to keep it within the good and evil thing, then you're going to have some evil stuff with your good. You're going to have aspects of both sides in a way that's going to result in somebody being affected negatively or oppressed, or
there's that There's that Desmond Tutu quote that I have on a shirt somewhere. I think that if you are neutral in situations of injustice, you have chosen the side of the oppressor.
Right. Neutrality is a choice. It's not like choosing not to vote is a choice. Like it's not, it's an action.
Russia has a quote like that too.
Yeah, I really like how you phrase that because, like in that description that I had just read, it talks about the advocate of the middle way. And I think there is this delusion that there is such a thing as the middle way that's distinctly separate and exclusive of like choice A or choice B. No. It's choice like C, and it's totally separate. When in reality, that's not the case. There isn't that. And especially when it comes to making decisions on things because of dominant discourse, because of what's already entrenched. Like, if you don't act, you're going to benefit dominant discourse. You're going to benefit hegemony. You're going to benefit basically the powers at large. You're going to benefit someone, somewhere. So I feel like, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, and this could be actually, I feel like this is, if I'm trying to imagine the type of person that would be like this, I feel like it would be somebody who really, I don't know, like, I feel like it'd be like a very selfish, like covertly selfish person who would just kind of be like on this crystal and like just gotta change the world with good vibes kind of feel, but I'm apolitical. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say that.
But then there's also like, there's a big part of me that's so skeptical of claiming anything as, capital T truth or capital F fact. Like, I think we need that openness to be surprised by what we see or to change our minds or to listen to something we haven't heard. But I don't think we can do that. Like, it's like relativism. Like, I'm a postmodernist, but that doesn't mean that anything goes ethically. Like, there's some stuff that you can be like, fuck that, that's bad. Like, no. But that also doesn't mean that we can like keep not questioning things or. Yeah.
Because it's all very fluid, right? Like, it's like, it sort of depends on what's in front of me. It's not.
Absolutely.
I don't know that that's true.
Which part?
That it's all fluid. I think that that's kind of a really privileged thing to say. I think that for a lot of people, for a lot of humans, it is not fluid. I think that for refugees like fleeing Guatemala, I mean, you know what I mean? I think for like.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Do you see what? Yeah. So I think that there's an element of privilege that I hear when I hear. I mean, I think that there are finites for people, for humans who have no choice or believe they have no choice, and I think that that's something that's important to think about and just like be cognizant of in terms of the way that I'm not quite sure what I'm saying. Do you kind of see where I'm going? though? I mean, I just think that.
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
And it's like the critique of postmodernism sometimes is that it's like a bunch of privileged people basically saying like it's all equally true, or we can say that everything is relative. But I think it's again where it can be this space for both, where like absolutely in this circumstance, like it's not fluid, like there is a finite like ethics or need or decision, but that I don't know, maybe just that it's contextually like in some contexts you can like I like the metaphor of dropping your anchor, being like, no, like this is like it's still in the ocean of fluidity, but like right here this needs to happen, and if we say that it's relative, that's problematic. I don't know.
Would it also be like just the fact that it almost seems dependent on like the person's life situation, would that make it fluid?
That's kind of what I was thinking too, which I think still speaks to the privilege point that you're talking about, Hunty. Kind of like depending on where, like there's like even like a meta or like a whole, there's like a whole like different dimensions of that fluidity that's dependent on the social context, which is dependent on.
But for me, I feel like the more the more I learn, the more I think, and the more I kind of see the way that society at this particular point in time is structured and the way that it has been structured in the past, I feel like we can look at it, you can look at it from bottom up and there are finites, and you can look at it from top down and there are finites. And so I think that the fluidity is something that we might trick ourselves into thinking that there is. And I'm not trying to say that our story is written or that somebody else makes those decisions, but at this point, in a lot of ways, other people are making those decisions and other people are enacting those sorts of structures and operating outside of those structures. And to bring it back around to this character alignment we just did as well, you know, I mean, like, where do you see yourself in relation to these systems of power, and how do you negotiate those systems? Because I think that in these questions, that's something else I see. How do I see myself in relationships to power, and how do I want to move through spaces if someone else is dictating what's happening to me? Do you know? And like, I see that very much in this character alignment, and I think that that's, again, something that, especially in America, we don't like talking about that. We don't like thinking that other people make decisions for us. So that's sort of part of my critique for postmodernism too. It's this assumption, again, I think based in privilege, that you have flexibility of movement. And I think that that is not true for the vast majority of humans on this planet. And so I just think that's something to think about. And I think that as I go through this character alignment, it brings it even into like greater relief for me to think about those systems of power and how I negotiate them. I don't have a microphone to drop, but if I did, it would have happened right then.
I think that really encapsulates the disconnect between the game and reality, or this particular game and reality, is like, you get to be the character, you get to make the character that you want to make. And that's completely, I mean, you know, there might be a world built that your character interacts or, you know, exists within in the fiction, but like, you can't, in reality, you don't get to choose all of that. Like, you get to choose some of that, but you like, to like you said, that you get to negotiate how you exist, and that's not always true.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and I do think it's important to recognize that it's never just about like power's never complete. So like there's always resistance or like pushback. Like it, I think recognizing that the structures at least aren't like impenetrable or aren't what's the word I'm looking for? Inevitable. So like they're very real, but they're also, and then that goes to like questioning common sense. Like, how can we like exploit the snags or like the pieces of resistance that are already there?
Yeah.
I don't know how that all relates, but
I just don't see it working very well right now in our current context. Like, I'm getting, you know, updates on my phone about how Mitch McConnell has the votes to make sure that there are no witnesses in the impeachment trial. And I'm like, okay, perfect. That sounds about right. I don't know where the snag is there. Like, where, like what is it? A fucking change.org petition?
I think that is something like in our current like climate, it's like there's I feel like there's this, and I think I've said this before, like on the podcast, there's a lot of posturing going on from different people. And it's been like this, I feel like there's been this increase in, hey, we don't have a choice in terms of how we defend ourselves. Like, for example, like those gun clubs that you mentioned, like the LGBTQ, like gun clubs and things like that, like deciding, I need to make a decision. I'm going to learn how to use a gun. I actually just watched a documentary about that incident that happened in, I think it was Seattle, where a man stepped in to stop a racist from attacking a woman, I think, and the woman who I think he was looking for, she like survived it, whatever, but she was so terrified that she's going out of her way to learn how to shoot a gun, and I think it's it's hard because like I don't want to be like I've had a stint in my life where I've been like a conspiracy theorist, and it's been a very unhealthy. So I try to avoid that route, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know, things seem tense. Like things seem really, really tense because like it was a different thing when it was just people on Twitter shouting, but it seems to me that it's something to pay attention to when regular people are like, I'm going to learn how to shoot a gun now, just in case.
Because there's fucking racists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so I think like in this case, it's like the context is, do I want to survive or not survive? And maybe it's not there yet, but it's something that I notice. And my girlfriend is a Black woman, so it's something that we talk about a lot because something that she feels a lot.
Yeah.
So it's hard to even like go even a week without feeling some type of tension in our current world. So I think it's like there is fluidity, I guess, on an intellectual sense, but also on a more like meat space sense. It's like I really would like to just live my life, please, and you're making it very difficult, sir, kind sir.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we did this. I feel like this sort of for fun thing, because I fully anticipate playing a D&D game now, right? I mean, now that I know. Okay, good. So I'm seeing nods, so I appreciate that much. But I think that above and beyond that, it helps. I don't know. It opens conversations to discuss things in different ways, and I appreciate that. So
Yeah.
I think that's why I like RPGs too, for that reason. Like it's like a way to it's like a mental game. How would I respond in this situation? But there's no actual consequences for doing either or.
Yeah, I'm curious about the sociological imagination potential, the potential to like imagine new ways of doing things and problem solving, but at the same time, it's really like an escapism where you have a little bit more control and you can play out a story, I guess you could say, with other people.
Yeah, but based on what we've just taken, we really do need to write a new character alignment quiz and book about what that means, because in addition to, this is kind of a fun way to think through this, we are incredibly critical humans. A lot of people just read this and it's normalizing shit in ways that I'm not super comfortable with. So there's also that.
Yeah,
So
we could probably spend... We could probably spend an entire episode actually going over like the fantasy genre itself.
Oh yeah.
How it started and all that stuff. There's a lot of juicy details there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just fun. I feel like this is like almost like this is like like the real us. Does that make sense?
Yeah, now we know each other.
So it feels like the real us. Not even just that, but it's just the conversation that sparked between all of us. I think this is a good I don't know, a good episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it. Thank you everyone for taking the D&D character alignment. I hope listeners you were able to enjoy that, but also take it and follow along with us as well. Hopefully you could stay tuned and we'll play some RPG of some sort in the near future, and of course our next episode. But any last words from anybody?
If I could, I would like to quote Rush, the song "Free Will."
Okay.
If I can. For a number of reasons, because the conversations we just had, and also because Neil Peart just passed away. And so this is the chorus here. You can choose a ready guide in some celestial voice. If you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. You can choose from phantom fears and kindness that can kill. I will choose a path that's clear. I will choose free will.
That's actually a really good song.
It's got some nice syncopation.
Can we have that like as the outro? Can we have like Rush as the outro? It's also a memorial to...
I think it has to be 30 seconds or less, but I think we can do it.
Yeah, it's I don't know, criticism or something.
Fair use, educational.
We mentioned it so we can use some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, let's definitely choose a song written by white dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Not
Too
just
soon?
white dudes, Canadian white dudes.
Too soon? Too soon. Oh, sorry about that then.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, that's great.
How dare you? Neil Peart was an icon. He was a hero.
He was a
All right,
Canadian
let's talk
national
about-
treasure.
Yeah.
All right.
White men have always really been all about free will, honestly. Their will, their free will, freeing their will on others.
The ultimate free will.
I care about your will. That's why I'm keeping you from doing what you want for your well-being.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Mark's
don't be
feel
sorry.
free to cut this whole fucking part out.
Yeah.
I know. Like the last half hour.
It stays.
It was a beautiful sentiment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I'm
problems.
also just tired. I feel like my brain's just like its firing is like getting slower and lagging like a computer.
I just feel like maybe I'm getting more sarcastic as the time goes on.
Oh no.
All right. Does somebody want to take us out?
Okay.
Who's gonna close us out today?
I'll close this out.
Yes.
He said yes. All right. So thank you, everybody. That's our show. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you share it with your friends, your family members, whoever you feel like would enjoy listening to something like this and hearing from people like us, which we hope, we just hope to provide a lot of good content for you. Once again, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/public space travel. Find us on the Twitters. I am at PST Lucy. Lazarus can be found at PST Lazarus. Mark's can be found at PST in the Shadows, and Hunty can be found at PST Hunty. We're all there available. We will chat with you. Once again, this has been Public Space Travel, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah.
Good job.